Hi guys, welcome back to today's video. Today's video is actually very interesting. It's a paternity fraud kind of case. Very interesting. It's coming from Awakened Men. It's titled "What Happens When You Think Divorce is a Good Idea." So yeah, we are going to be hearing from two parties and a judge. Before we dive into today's video, my name is Oge. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, I'm so happy to have you here. Do well to like, share, subscribe, turn on post notification bell. Make sure you drop a comment on what you think about this video. I'll be dropping my thoughts during the course of this video and after this video. Okay, let's quickly check this video out.
I see my kids maybe like 4 times a week.
Okay.
I see them pretty often, and she's trying to take my kids and move off to Florida. I'm not going for that.
Did she tell you why she was trying to move to Florida?
Because she just want to live her best life.
She said that?
That's what it is. She want to go to the beach, drink coconut balls or whatever they have out there in Florida, and just have her best life.
This dad obviously cares enough to be around for his kids 4 days out of the week, but now the mother wants to move their kids to Florida, far from their dad. Why? Just because she wants to live life to the fullest, on the beach, with a drink in her hand, and she doesn't think about how that affects her kids' relationship with their father.
Why would anybody else want to move to Florida? That's Paradise City.
Well, I mean, I kind of want to move too, but I can't go.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I got to work. So could it be for a job?
I haven't asked, because when she told me that she wanted to move to Florida, I got so upset about the fact of losing my kids that I was like, are you moving to Florida for like vacation time, or just so you can live your best life, or because we in Texas? I'm in Texas. I'm a good dad.
So what did she say to that when you said, are you trying to move to Florida to live your best life?
She said, yo, you shouldn't have messed up. I could tell you how we split up, but I kind of messed up.
Well, I have time.
The father says he was too emotional to even ask if it was for a job. It's not even about the job, it's about losing his kids. How would you feel to know that you might take my kids to another state just so he can live their life to the fullest? And her response? You shouldn't have messed up. Sounds like she's more focused on punishing him than thinking about what's best for their children.
Our freshman year of college.
Okay.
And we were in class, and she was sitting in the front, I was sitting in
Okay, some love story here.
I said, man, I'm gonna have to put my bid in as soon as class is over.
So bid, that's what they call it.
Yeah,
okay.
I saw her in the hall,
I love
and
this
came
judge.
to her, and my bid won. And we was together for years, Your Honor. We were together for years. We have 2 kids. We have a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Okay.
Throughout the time, and as life just went on, we just started kind of fading, Your Honor.
Yeah, it's very much I do this and you do that, and I think the fact that he didn't even bother to mention our children's names should tell you everything about our relationship.
Well, he told me the ages.
Yeah, well, that's great. Robert and Madison, that's with a Y.
But she didn't ask for the kid.
Okay, going back to, evidently I'm just going to Florida for a permanent vacation. I'm actually going for a job.
All right.
So what's that job?
Robert, and I'm gonna be a marine biologist.
So when this dream come apart? Because you ain't had this dream when we met.
See, exactly. Do you ever listen?
It's just she taking my kids, Judge.
Okay, well, let's hear what she has to say.
Right.
She said marine biologist, right?
Yes.
That sounds like a really good job, and I want to hear about it. See how much money she made.
Let's talk more.
And you do the same thing. Continue.
Jesus.
Now she says she is going down there for a job as a marine biologist.
Before the marine biology, she said she's going for a permanent vacation. She first said she's going for a permanent vacation, and then she said she's going to become a marine biologist. So let's get it straight. First thing she said was a permanent vacation, and then her career. Let's continue.
Biologist. But where was this dream when they were together? It is strange that only when she took the kids did this dream surface. It is obvious that the father feels that this is just another ploy to keep him from his kids.
I'm taking the kids to Florida because I have a greater job opportunity. And, you know, it's so interesting to me that he says that he sees the kids 4 times a week. I guess he's talking about maybe a FaceTime call or seeing them on his phone screen, because I certainly don't see him picking up the kids and taking them to the doctor and cleaning up vomit in the middle of the night. It's great that he thinks that that he's paying for the right to see his kids, and that there are people who don't pay child support and who see their kids a whole lot, Judge. That tells you everything you need to know about the transactional nature of relationships. to Mr. Morris. So look, the fact of the matter is, I guess he doesn't realize that his children are gonna need to eat, whether they live in Texas or they live in Florida. And
That's true.
And they're gonna need new tennis shoes and new clothes, and I guess he just thinks that money goes on trees, or that kids just eat for free. It's not how it works. This isn't TGI Fridays. His opinion that $880 is too much for the kids is wrong. It is a wrong opinion, because your children deserve the nutrition they need to grow up big and healthy and strong so they can be college athletes like you want them to.
Okay, so Miss Adams, you said that your rent is going up $800.
Yeah.
You have to pay flood insurance. The children's diet, they eat organic food and they're vegan. Okay, so are you using the child support for flood insurance and rent too, or are you using it to feed the kids? I just want to make sure I'm clear on what it is that you're saying in regards to his request to get a reduction.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, he's asking for a reduction
So the thing is,
in
that
child
if I
support.
was living in a one bedroom because I was by myself, my rent would be a lot lower.
All right.
But I have to get a 3-bedroom because I have a boy and a girl, and I don't want them sleeping in the same bedroom.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I have to get a 3-bedroom, and so it's not just that, it's my electric bill, it's cell phones, because our 5-year-old has a cell phone, so now I have to make sure that we've got her a phone line so you can talk to her dad so he can see her 4 times a week on FaceTime.
So about that, he said that he sees the children now 4 times a week, and you're saying that's not true, except for like a FaceTime video or something like that.
He sees the kids on an inconsistent basis.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Okay. So when you say inconsistent, right now, do you all operate under a standard order where it's like first, third, and fifth?
He has every weekend, and I have during the week.
Okay, so every weekend he has.
Right.
Okay. During that every weekend, it's inconsistent, is what you're saying?
I mean, it's just all over the place. He just comes and goes and sees the kids whenever it's convenient to him, or maybe his girlfriend like.
Okay, now you're saying the problem. The girlfriend.
So that was
Okay.
we didn't have to go there.
So usually when the wife is trying to punish the man, because now it's looking like she just wants to punish the guy. Whenever it's looking like the lady was punished, there is a woman. There's usually a woman. So there's usually a lady, probably his girlfriend. Now she just mentioned the problem. Let's fight, because I mean that's what it looks like, right? I think why this man is here, he wants to reduce the child support, and he doesn't want her to travel, to relocate to Florida. Instead, she should stay in Texas with the kids so that he can have more time with the kids. He says he sees his children 4 times a week. She says, at first she said, oh, it's usually on FaceTime, on social media, on FaceTime, on phone and all of that. Now she's saying he takes the children on weekends. She's very inconsistent. But anyway, she says that, and then that's what she's saying, and it's so inconsistent. But what I observe here is that, or what I've observed over time, is when there is an issue, I feel like when 2 people are arguing, when there's a court case between father and mother, both parents have to be considerate about their kids. She trying to move all the way to Florida. Actually, is it good for her kids? I think the first thing she needs to consider is her kids, because when you're trying to get the divorce, you should have considered your kids. I'm not saying you should stay in the marriage. I'm saying that your kids, usually when the father and the mother has a disagreement, the kids are the ones that suffer most of the time, because the man will go get another wife, she might marry another husband, the kids are left. Do you understand? So the kids should be put first. You should consider your kids first before you move to Florida. I mean, there is no harm in she trying to pursue her career and all of that. Can't she pursue her career in Texas? Okay, if she's going for a new job do you understand? So the kids have to be put in place. But this man is saying, oh, he needs to be closer to his kids. So his kids are very, very important. But now I'm trying to see a problem here. The underlying problem is the girlfriend. But let's find out.
We didn't have to go there. So is that what the issue is?
Exactly.
Like, you're still mad at him about that story that he told?
Well, okay, so he put in a bid for an upgrade. or the upgrade, put in the bid for him or whatever, and now I have to explain to our son why our family fell apart.
Oh, so it's some hurt feelings there. Okay, I understand. So, have you already moved to Florida, or is this something that you're intending on doing pretty soon?
Well, I took the job offer and I've already found an
So
apartment.
the answer is yes. You pretty much already...
Everything but the U-Haul, Your Honor.
Okay. So in your court order, do you have a geographic restriction because Dad lives here?
Yes, but he moved just outside of Ellis County, so he's just outside of the geographic restriction, so it's technically lifted, Your Honor.
Okay. And technically is what you said, but is that what your court order
Exactly.
says?
Well, the court order says Dallas and contiguous counties, and he moved like a mile on the other side of the Ellis County line.
Okay, and I do have a copy of your court order here, and it doesn't mention that it's automatically lifted.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just thinking it was the one that.
O is right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
O
Thank
is
you.
right.
I'm sorry.
O is right. Because you can't just leave.
Okay.
You can't just do that. You actually have to ask permission to modify this order like he did.
Well, can I modify the order to move to Florida?
Did you file anything for today?
I mean,
It's a yes or no.
This judge, I love her.
no.
Okay.
Okay. So you're moving without asking
The
the
court.
court, can you move? And Dad is still living here.
Well, I guess I just didn't understand the way the order was written, because I had heard that if he moved outside of where it said, then I could move out.
Who did you hear that from? Did you Google? You did one of those Google searches? One of the Google lawyers told you that?
Yeah, I guess.
Mom says that the dad only gets to see them on FaceTime and that he's unreliable. But even if he's working hard and maybe isn't there for every single moment, does that justify taking the kids so far away? Now she's complaining about the child support he pays as if he's not doing enough.
Because they told you wrong, and that's the problem with Googling everything. You should have actually consulted with an attorney who would have interpreted this order properly to you. You can't just move. So let me tell you what we're going to do, because I think this is the fair thing to do. Regardless to whether you say his visits are inconsistent, he say they're consistent, the reality of it is when you move to Florida, he can no longer have access to those
That's
kids.
the reality.
So even if he were coming this day, this day, this day, and did every weekend, he won't be able to do that anymore now that you are going to move to Florida. So what I'm not going to touch is your custody arrangement. Not going to touch that at all. This is a child support court. That has nothing to do with us, okay? So I'm not going to touch it at all. You are free to move to Florida. However, he's coming off child support.
Okay.
So then he can use the money
To come see the
$880
kids.
or so
Wow.
that he would give you for child support. He can use that to travel to actually see the kids.
Wow.
But what if he doesn't, Your Honor?
Well, if he doesn't, then after some time of him not doing it consistently, and when I
would
say
have to pay.
consistently and consecutively, it needs to at least be about 6 months or something like that, right? Then you can come back and let me know, Judge, he's not exercising regularly. I need some support for these 2 kids, right? But absent anything like that, I believe that's in the best interest of the children, and quite frankly, that's fair.
Okay.
You're moving without permission, right? Which is a violation of your court order. So it's only fair that he stops paying child support. So beyond a reduction, he's coming off child support today. Now you will have to keep maintaining the health insurance, okay?
Okay.
That's fine, Your Honor.
All right, so that, what is it, 362?
Yes, ma'am.
You'll still continue to pay the health insurance, but there will be no child support paid from him to you.
However, the court turns and rules that she has to pay child support to him because she's moving and he'll be getting the money to partially defray the cost of flying to see the kids. She wanted to leave without asking, and now she has to pay for it, quite literally. Actions have consequences, especially when kids are involved.
May end up being back in Dallas anyway. Now, if that happens, you all would need to come back, because then we need to look at something different about what child support is going to be. But until then, enjoy Florida.
Enjoy Florida. I feel so sorry for the woman, because I'm sure she was not expecting this. She would have asked for permission before moving. So I think that was like a mistake on her part. She did not read, or maybe she read it and just went ahead. But from what she said she did not read. She didn't know that was what it meant. So I feel so sorry for her, because now if she actually still wants to move, the man is coming off child support, and he was paying $880,000, before, because she has 2 kids. So he's paying that plus insurance, and now he has to come off child support so he can use the money. I think it is fair. One thing I love about this child support court is that they are very fair to the men. A lot of men have been cheated, have been, we know these things. So I love the child support court. It is very fair to both the man and the woman. If the woman is wrong, then it doesn't rule in your favor. If the man is right, it rules in their favor. So in this case, I feel like the decision of the court was very fair. The man coming off child support so he could use the money to travel. I mean, and it's going to be exhausting seeing those kids, or having to travel from Texas to Florida every weekend. It's a lot, because now he's going to have to travel. He's going to pay for flights, or if he's going to travel by road or take the train, and then he's going to have to buy gifts for his kids, because I can't imagine him traveling all the way from Texas to Florida and not buying gifts for his kids every time he travels. So every weekend, so the both parties, I feel like the both parties have their own places where it's going to hurt them. But I feel like most of the time when there's an issue like this, I feel like the best thing is, if we are going to disagree, our kids should not suffer for our mistake or our pain. Our kids should not suffer. It's bad enough that they're not going to live with both parents in the same room, in the same house, but they should try as much as possible to make sure that this father, according to him, for him to actually come to court, it means that he actually wants his children close to him. But the kids does not have to suffer for it. Now, I mean, I love the ruling. It was very fair, but now the woman has to cater to her kids. She has to cater to her kids, and yeah. But what do you guys think about the child support court? Do you think that their rulings are usually very fair? What do you think about the man? What do you think about the woman? Do you think, oh, she's trying to punish him? Or what do you guys think? I would love to know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Do want to like, share, subscribe, turn on post notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.